Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
This is NPU-J, correct?
NPU-J. Yes.
This is the one that normally meets at Douglas High School?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure I had the right one.
All right. Good. Well, thanks for coming.
All right, no problem. Now, I know on the schedule it says 7 o'clock.
Yeah. So 7 is where we're going to start. Because of the Zoom, we have to check people in like we normally would at the school, but we have to do it virtually to get to identify who the voting members are. So the 6:30 was to get people here earlier. If you want to drop off, or we're doing something else until we start at 7, that's fine. But
Okay.
it was really to check people in and get them ready for the meeting.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I will come back. I can just click on the link
Okay.
and
Yep.
join back in around 7, right?
Yep.
Okay. Am I registered and all?
Yep. You should be good.
All right. So, yeah, I'm representing the fire department, obviously, and
Okay.
I got a couple of quick things to do,
Okay.
and I'll be right back.
All right. Great. Thanks. Hi, I see someone's dialed in on the phone. Last 3 digits, 807. Could you identify yourself?
I don't know. It depends how you want me to describe myself.
Oh, that's Rhoda. Hey.
Is my voice that distinctive?
It is. I know your voice.
Oh, goodness. Can't even have fun. Okay. Well, you know it's me now.
Yeah.
That's kind of bad. In a way.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. It's a talent I have. So.
Oh, that's good to know. Let's see, where am I? Meetings. So everyone can hear me this time.
Yes.
I'm not muted. Everything is okay. Great. I need to note this.
All right. Let me check on some others. I see someone else has dialed in. The last 3 digits, 954. Could you identify yourself?
Rose Render. Oh.
I'm sorry. Who was that?
Rosemary Render. Rosemary Render.
Okay. Thanks. Hi. How you doing?
Finding
Was
you.
the name? It was the name Rosemary.
Uh-huh. They call my
Okay, great, I
nickname
got
Hank. Huh?
Okay, I got it.
Okay. What I do, put it back on mute now or what?
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. And we have you checked in, so we know you're here in
Okay.
attendance. So thank you.
Okay.
Are you going to work with the names, or am I going to type them?
I'm putting them down.
Okay.
I've got a list I'm working on.
2 heads are better than 1. Huh?
Yeah. If you want to, that's fine. But we also, in addition to writing this down, the people that are coming in on the app, they're being checked in automatically, so I can download their names later as well.
Okay. Would you mind doing me a favor
Sure.
so I can keep my records updated and go right along with you?
Mm-hmm.
Can you it's on Zoom. I don't know if I asked you to email it to me. So I don't know if you got my email where I was asking so I could compare my notes to yours.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
I'll write
another
that down.
thing is so I can make sure my records are updated. So whatever you get, just send it to me.
Okay. All right. That'll
Because
do.
as secretary,
Yep.
they'll ask me before they'll, because they
Right. All right.
expect me to have the records.
I will send you the list, the attendance list.
Yeah, and it's great that there's 2 of us. And I'll make sure Antoinette gets it as well.
Okay. Great.
So she can have information so that if anybody want to ask any one of us, hey, then I can say, well, I don't know Antoinette, Jim has it.
Okay.
You know how that goes.
Right.
Because I really hate when I ask somebody something and they're like, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, if you could, let me go and ask a few more people. I see someone's dialed in with the last 3 digits, 238. Can you identify yourself? It's dialed in last 3 digits, 238.
Uh-uh.
Hello. Hey, how you doing? Good. How are you all? Good. Good.
Who is speaking? We don't have your name. Am I muted again?
No, no, you're not muted.
I was asking. Who was the person that dialed in? We don't know who she was.
Yeah,
Then.
no, I'm not hearing who was dialed in last 3 digits, 238.
Okay. Mystery guest.
Yeah. They won't get counted. That's fine.
I don't know you.
I didn't do that. Oh. Now this is virtual and call in, right?
Correct.
Okay, let me write that down. This will be great for history when my grandchildren look at this. Hello.
Hi. Yeah. Who's yeah, you dialed in with the last
Oh,
three
just
digits?
Marion. Marion.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Marion Wise.
Oh, Marion White. Oh, there you go. Hi, how you doing? All right.
Hey.
Hey, Mary.
Hey. How you?
Good.
Yeah.
How you?
Good. The Pat on yet?
Yeah, she's on.
Okay. Hey, Miss Pat. Maybe she can't hear me.
I also see another person's dialed in, last 3 digits, 450. Could you identify yourself?
I'm not sure if 450 me, but Commissioner Jackson.
Okay.
Oh, she ain't going. She ain't coming to the meeting tonight.
Hey, Mr. Norman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yep. Thank
Hey, I
you.
don't know if 450 is me, but I'm Commissioner Jackson, sitting
Okay.
on DW with you.
All right. You're on a regular app or smartphone, correct? Or are you dialed in?
I dialed, well, I actually came up on computer.
Yeah, computer. Okay. All right. Yeah. These are for people that just dialed in with a regular landline.
Okay, let me,
We've got you identified in the system. Yep.
can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good.
All right.
So back to your question about 450, it's Michael Sanders.
Okay. Michael Sanders. I'm renaming you now. Thank you.
So the meeting is not started, correct? We don't start
Correct.
until 7?
Yeah, we start at 7, but we ask people to get on early so we can check everyone in and identify everybody as a voting member.
Right. So I see on the agenda, there's a question about the Beltline and the sub-area 9, which kind of brings me up, unofficial question. The gas station that's going in up at Marietta and West Marietta,
Yes.
I've seen that there's some discussion about that, and apparently there's some controversy. Isn't that in the Beltline overlay district?
I'm actually not sure, but I know that it's in NPU-K. That doesn't fall in NPU-J, so I have to get an answer for that question for you.
Right, but what I'm wondering is if it falls in the Beltline overlay district, which I'm positive that it does, because the Beltline is a little bit further north. They know where it's going to cut through where the power line easement is. I'm just really surprised that that was allowed to go forward.
Yeah, it's been a lot of conversation around it. I don't know. I don't want to give any details, and I'm definitely not going to inject my opinion at this time. But if we could, I guess, talk offline, or if it's a question you want to pose, you could maybe pose it to this particular person that's doing the 3-minute presentation when she comes up.
Okay. So I have not seen anything about it. So there has been a lot of conversation on social media.
There has been some conversation. I guess some positive, some negative. At any rate, it's there now. It's, I guess you could say, I mean, I'm not into construction, but at least 80% done now. I think 80 to 85%.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just let everybody know the meeting doesn't officially start until 7. My name is Kiana, so we just ask people to check in at 6:30 so that we won't, get bombarded at 7 o'clock. So feel free to, I guess, mosey around or do whatever you need to do, but we will start promptly at 7 o'clock.
Okay, well, thanks for telling me. I'm going to do something else and come back around 2 minutes to 7.
Okay. At our last meeting, we had about 40 people, so it would be extremely difficult for Ben and Jason to get 40 people logged in.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, Uzma.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to get in trouble.
Thanks for
We can
everybody.
have some
Thanks for everybody that's joining. Just what we're doing is as people are coming in, we're checking them in as voting members as necessary. So we will get started around 7 o'clock. So we'll just if you could just stay muted until then, appreciate it.
The meeting starts at 6:30 or the meeting starts at 7?
7 is when the official meeting is going to kick off. We ask people to come in at 6:30 to check them in and get organized since we're in a virtual environment.
I'll see you guys at 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Ben,
Yes.
may I make a suggestion for our next meeting so that people won't leave and might not come back? So we perhaps, when they call in, just say, Rhoda here, so-and-so, because I'm writing and you're taking notes, so between the both of us, we should catch everybody.
Well, I'm
writing down.
Yeah, Jason Davis and I are renaming people to identify them as voting members or not. So when they raise their hand, when we take votes, we know who's eligible to be voted or not. So that part takes some time.
I know, but would you believe that I remembered most of these people? Because I worked about 2 months from our list last year, and I probably have the list here. I don't know if it's there, but off the top of my head, I can tell most people. I might not have seen them.
Oh yeah.
It's like Marion Walker. Yeah. So I can tell most of them. And if I needed to, or if y'all wanted me to, I could probably find that list and pull it up.
Well, I've got the updated. I've got the updated list that we manage at every meeting.
Okay.
There's a spreadsheet that we keep a rolling tally.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yes, I know the one.
Yeah, the one that has who's eligible to vote each after 12 months.
Yeah. I have it. I just never liked using it, but I do have it. And I combined several things to make one master sheet that works for me. I know it's Anthony did it, and it's a great work.
Yep, it's the same one that Tony gave me. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it's wonderful. I just did not use it, so I kept my own old-fashioned handwritten record, and I compared that to what I had on hand to. Well, I'll talk to you later. I'll just have to talk. Okay. Is that okay?
Sure. Yep.
All right. I'll just call you and say using precious time to talk about.
Okay.
Well, it's killing time, though.
It's 6:43, and we'll continue to keep checking members in. The meeting will start promptly at 7. So feel free to do some laundry, fold some clothes.
Unfortunately, I have another meeting at 7, so I will have to sign off, okay? But please have a pleasant day. Be blessed, everybody. Thank you for making a way.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Please don't forget us in August then.
No, I won't. Thank you.
Okay.
Did you call my name, Kiona?
Oh, no, I just said hi.
Oh, I'm hearing things. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm aging, as we all know.
Well, no, let me put your mind at ease. That wasn't you, that was me making noise.
Oh, okay.
That was me. I'm not gonna let you think that.
Okay. Yeah, so I
just make a little.
I mean, I thought at 44 you start hearing stuff, so.
Oh, no.
No.
You know, the nice thing about getting older is you can be selective with your memory and selective with what you hear.
I'll remember that.
That's the first thing people think. Oh, she's old. You don't even know what she's talking about.
Oh boy.
I love it.
Okay.
I do that with my kids a lot. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm getting old. You know how old people are.
Well, as long as it works, it's all good.
Hey, Ben, this is Virgil.
Yes. Hey, Virgil.
Hey, Virgil.
I don't know who that was, but hey, whoever.
Hey. Hey, my voice isn't that distinct. Slow down. You're right there. I'm getting right.
I see someone's dialed in. They have the last three digits, 131. I just unmuted you. If you could identify yourself.
Yes, this is William and Carol Ross, Grove Park.
Okay, thank you.
Ben,
Yes.
I believe the last person that you changed over, I think she said there were 2 people there.
Yeah, William
May
and
want to
Carol
double.
Ross. Yep.
Okay, I'm just making sure that, how are you listing those? Are you going to list them as 2 names separate?
Well, you can't really do that. If they're only dialed in on one line, they get 1 vote, unfortunately.
Okay.
Anyway, Rachel, I'm taking notes as well. So I wrote them down.
All right, the time is 6:51, so we'll be starting in about 9 minutes at 7 o'clock promptly.
Hi again, everybody.
Hey, Ken, you're back.
I just had to cut my first cucumber from my garden. I had picked it earlier and I just couldn't wait. So you guys had to go on pause for a minute.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
Good. I just wanted to, my name is Cheeto. I'm the new planner for the NPU-J. And I wanted to introduce myself. Last meeting, I got on like right before it started, so I wasn't able to introduce myself officially, but yeah, I'm Cheeto.
Hi, Cheeto.
Hi.
And you are the planner for NPU-J?
Sorry?
That was our first Zoom meeting last month, and we had a lot of information to,
Yeah.
And so this one will probably be, not that it wasn't smooth last month, but if we had a few hiccups or forgot some things, then we'll work it out.
Yeah.
This month. I apologize for not officially introducing you.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. I totally understood. You guys had a full booking there.
We went actually almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get started right at 7. We're just checking people in. We started at 6:30, so that we're gonna get overwhelmed with checking people in at 7.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Let me ask about, someone's dialed in with the last 3 digits, 131. I'm gonna unmute you. If you could identify yourself. It's a 404 number.
Oh, you already locked us. Yeah, you already signed us in. I
Okay.
accidentally hung up.
Okay, got it. All right. Thank you.
Oh.
Benjamin, do you need to sign me in?
If you're on the if you're on the app, no, it's just for the folks that are dialed in with the phone voice only, because I can't identify them with the app.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's just for the secretary, so I can get to who you guys are as well. So if you all don't mind saying your names for me, that would be nice. I know Ben has you recorded, but I'm trying to record too.
Ken Berman.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Reverend Elligan, Elligan.
Excellent. Thank you. Because I'm trying something different and I'm actually using my typewriter. Typewriter and computer.
I know you didn't actually say you're using a typewriter.
I did. I caught myself. But in the old days, I could be 70 on a typewriter. But
Yeah, in the old days, you would have been on a typewriter.
I think I still have an old one. I like collecting antiques like that.
I've got a 1940s Royal. Actually, I can show it to you right behind me.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I really do. Because it's funny to me when you show them to young people and they're like, what is it? How do you even operate it?
My grandmother had one of those, and she had an old, the Singer sewing machine that was
yes.
and all that stuff.
Yes.
All right, excuse me, let me interrupt here for a second. We've got somebody dialed in with the last 3 digits, 005. I'm going to unmute you. If you could identify yourself. 005, last 3 digits.
Yeah, 005 is Miss Gibbs.
Okay. And you're with the city, correct?
No,
All right, what's your first name?
this is Miss Gibbs.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, it's 6:59. We'll begin in 1 minute. Okay, it's officially 7 o'clock. We'll begin our NPU-J General Body Meeting for the month of July. And I want to say, yay. Great to see everyone. Glad you guys are here. I don't know if my name is Kiana. I'm the chair of NPU-J. Elizabeth Thompson is the vice chair. I don't know if she's on or not. Virgil Penny is the parliamentarian for NPU-J. Antoinette Sutton is the assistant secretary. Rhoda Bronner, is the secretary. And Ms. Patricia Roberts is our treasurer or of the finance committee. So we'll begin with our opening remarks. Greetings, everyone. So glad to have you either if you're on Zoom or on your phone. I will say that we're dealing with many issues in the world at this time. COVID-19, our kids going back to school, loss of loved ones. So at this time, could you take a moment of silence for the healing of not just our city, our state, and our nation? All right, thank you. Can everybody hear me clear? All right, Benjamin, Norman, and Jason are monitoring our, checking people in and monitoring our Zoom. The next item on our agenda is number 2 for the approval of the minutes.
Yeah, Keona, let me jump in for 1 second.
Yes.
There's 2 people have dialed in. Let me see
Okay.
if I can identify them. There's somebody dialed in the last 3 digits, 045. I'm going to unmute you if you got to identify yourself.
This is
Sorry, who's that?
Tim Freeman.
Tim Freeman. Okay, thank you, Tim.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna mute myself again.
All right. And then there's another person dialed in, last 3 digits is 045. It's a 404 number, and then 045, the last 3 digits. I'm gonna unmute you. Okay. Can you identify yourself? All right. All right, go ahead, Keona. Thank you. I think that's got everybody now.
Okay, like I said, my name is Keona, and I'm the chair of NPU-J. So Ben, will you give the rules and regs now and how the layout of the meeting if people want to be recognized via the telephone or over Zoom?
Yes. So just like in any in-person meeting, you need to be recognized by the chair before you can make comments. The way that we'd like you to acknowledge that you'd like to speak up, if you could, is raise your hand. It's a raise your hand feature. So if you use the smartphone or the app, there's a little button that says raise hand. And you click on that. Or if you're dialed on the phone, you can hit *9, and the *9 will virtually raise your hand, so I'll see you and be able to call on you. If you're on the phone, you can hit *6 to mute and unmute yourself. And then at times I'll be keeping everybody muted in general. But for parliamentary procedures, Robert's Rule of Order, if you do need to, during the meeting, make some sort of a point of order or anything like that, feel free to unmute yourself and follow the Robert's Rules of Order for making your point. Thank you.
Okay. Our second item on the agenda is for the approval of the minutes. I move that we accept the video minutes as recorded from our June 2020 meeting last month. If there are no objections at this time, I'll make a motion. If there are no objections at this time, anyone objecting? I move that the motion be adopted by unanimous consent. Okay. Our third item on the agenda is approval of our current agenda. I move that we accept the agenda as printed for our July 2020 meeting. If there are no objections, to this motion, I recommend that this motion be adopted by unanimous consent. All right. Number 4, reports from our city departmental representatives. And I'll start with the police department of public safety, Mr. Jason McClain. No, I'm sorry, Jason, you were fired. If anyone is on for the police department, please be acknowledged at this time. So no one from the police department. Okay, maybe they're running late.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good evening.
Oh, I'm sorry, Major called. He's here.
Hey,
Go ahead. I apologize for that.
No problem at all. Good evening, NPU-J. Major Carter, Zone 1 here. So I think since the last time I spoke to you, a lot of my officers have gotten back into the zone. To lend a lot of officers out for the protests and the riots. So we're kind of getting back into the swing of things. Our service level has probably gone down since then because we didn't have as many officers. But we have those back, like I stated. We are experiencing some morale issues, just so that you all know that. But we're trying to improve every day. As relates to crime, there was a domestic incident on Center Hill, 563 Center Hill, domestic stabbing, arrest on. There's another Westlake Avenue, 129, where the suspect noticed the victim. There was an actual fight that involved the gun as well, and we've secured warrants for those two individuals. So lately, there's been a lot of talk about the water, juveniles selling water. What we've done is we're doing like a progressive type situation where we speak to them first about not selling water, and then we will slowly get progressive as we remove them from the corners. I ask that you lock your doors if you see them, if you do by any areas where they may be. We think that they may, I don't know, get more aggressive as we try to stop them from selling water.
Major Carter, can I interject?
Yes.
I don't know, can you come a little bit closer to your mic? I don't know, it's like an echo. We can't hear you really clearly. And excuse me for interrupting, but your voice is kind of choppy. I don't know if it's the internet connection or what.
Right. Seems
Thank
like
you.
I was mentioning the water boys.
Okay.
We're progressively going to stop them from selling water. We're going to take steps with them. We're not just going to stop them, cold turkey. So I will advise that you please lock your doors if you're riding near where they're selling water. We think they're going to get more aggressive as we attempt to stop them from selling water. And that's pretty much all I have. Are there any questions for me?
Any questions for the major?
I wanted to ask, what percentage of force have you guys been down with the blue outs and other responses to this situation with the mayor?
Well, I don't know the exact numbers, but a couple weeks ago we did have some officers that did not show up for work, that were sicking out. Right now, what we're seeing, and that is pretty much over. What we're seeing now is certain some resignation. I think there'll be more resignation next month as other departments get their background checks, background investigations on officers. So I would expect some more resignation next month.
Okay, I have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. The only question was, last March at the NPU-J meeting, the question was brought up at that time about the young men selling water. We had asked at that point in time a year ago what progress was being made and how were we going to stop it, and we didn't realize that it was continuing. And we asked a year ago, and it was in March of last year.
Okay. Well, I think a year ago they were stopping it, but a couple of months ago, the decision was made to stop them from selling water. And so that's why we're kind of reversing ground again.
Okay, it's a question in the chat. Has there been any arrest on the murder that took place on Westchester Boulevard?
Westchester?
Yes,
Off
of, I think it's off of Joseph E. Boone. A gentleman got killed in an apartment complex.
Oh, outside of the apartment.
Yeah, outside. It was outside. Yes.
Right. I'm pretty sure they have a warrant for that.
You said they have a warrant at this time for a suspect?
Yes. I don't have the suspect's name, but they do have a name. I would think that person is in custody by now.
Okay. All right. Any more questions for Major Collier? All righty. No more questions, Major Collier. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
You too. All right, next, the Fire Department, Mr. Jason McLean.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, everyone. Captain Jason McLean here, located at Fire Station 38, right here on Donnelly Hollowell Parkway, between 285 and H.E. Homes. Not a whole lot to report tonight. Since the last NPU-J meeting, having some internet issues tonight, so I couldn't get the full numbers. The engine here at Station 38 has ran 231 calls, the vast majority of them being medical in nature. No significant incidents to report out of those 231 calls. Obviously, we're still operating under a mask mandate here in the city of Atlanta. We encourage the use of masks out and about anywhere you go. Obviously, the COVID-19, I was looking at the numbers earlier. I believe today the Fulton County reported from the Georgia Department of Public Health site, reported 257 new cases today. That site is a great site to go to see the case load each day. GEMA's Facebook page also gives daily updates, another great place to go for updates. And really, other than that, just we're in the midst of our summertime storm season. The message I like to get out during this time of the year: if you see a tree down, don't hesitate to call. We will try to remove the tree from the roadway. If you see wires down, please do not go anywhere near them. Contact Georgia Power or 911, and we can mitigate that situation as well. Really beyond that, unless there's any questions for me, that's really all I have to mention tonight.
I have a question in the chat. It says, are you able to report by zip code?
There are sites out there. That's a good question. I don't know the specific sites. There are some sites out there that give zip code breakdowns. The Georgia Department of Public Health does not have that capability, I believe. I hate to speak for them because obviously I'm not representing them. I've seen a few sites here and there. I can't quote what their website may be, and also because that I can't quote how accurate that may be as well.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for the fire department? All righty, thank you, Captain McLean.
Have a good night.
Okay, you too. Next, we'll have up Commissioner James A. Jackson, Jr., Triple J.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Wanted to report to you from Public Works. I know everyone has been the absence of the yard trim from the right-of-way. Unfortunately, as our teams have been working to continue the essential services, we have also succumbed to COVID-19. To that point, we have over 26 of our team members who are currently infected and are under quarantine, and as a result, we have not been able to provide the yard trimming service. However, we continue to maintain service for garbage and recycling, and we're putting a plan in place so that we can go ahead and begin recovering from the yard trimming situation. We would encourage the residents, one of the things that we asked for at the onset, and particularly after the mayor's executive order to stay at home, we also put in place a requirement that residents not set out any items alongside their containers And this was an effort to protect our people so that we would not succumb to the current pandemic. However, we are still getting a large number of requests that are coming, interestingly, in the form of illegal dumping, because when residents aren't setting their stuff out alongside containers, these items are finding themselves along the city's rights of ways, and we're actually having to address those. And as a result, we've seen a significant increase in our illegal dumping and our bulk set outs as well. So please, if you when you call in for a bulk service request, if you've got a date that's more than 30 days out, please do be patient with us. I have had to endure the wrath of my wife myself, given the fact that we worked through the system. We called in for a request, and we just got it picked up. We called it in 5 weeks ago. We just got it picked up yesterday, but we too are citizens of the city of Atlanta, and we adhere to the rules and the policies, and we ask that the residents who are also here take part and participate in this process to help us better provide services to you. I don't have any other major items. I did not get a list of any action items from you to actually speak to, so I will open the floor for any questions from the body at this time.
Okay, I have a question. This is Kiana. In District 12, there's an initiative going on called Operation Clean Sweep, which is proactive measures taken to keep our communities clean and safe. And even through this COVID time, they're still, I guess, cleaning up littering, cutting away grass from the right-of-ways. And it's stated that this initiative will run through Labor Day. Mr. Moses sent an email out. So what I'm asking is, how can NPU-J get put on that particular list where those things are still taking place even through COVID? Not just in District 12, but our district also.
Yes, ma'am. And Ms. Jones-Green, thank you for asking that question. That was part of the effort to begin addressing the set outs that we saw occurring, as well as the blight that was increasing due to the stay-at-home order and the governor's executive order. And it's not just District 12. Before District 12, we hit a couple of other districts, and we have a schedule. And that schedule is based on the high number of service requests that we're receiving in council districts. So whatever district you're in, you can reach out to me, send me an email, and I can share with you when we're scheduled to come in. Before we actually get there, if there are certain blighted areas that you want us to give some attention to, we'll definitely make an effort to get to.
Okay, because yeah, there are a couple of hot spots that we have, and I'll be more than happy to email those to you.
Very well.
Are there any other questions? I'm monitoring the chat, so if you don't want to unmute
I have a
yourself,
question.
feel free to. Okay, go ahead.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, with the yard trimmings, you say you can take it to the dump, and where is that?
That's located at that's the Hartsfield Inert Processing Facility. And give me a minute. I'm turning through my notes here. Though it's I'm named after that individual. I think it's 1250 James Jackson Parkway.
1250 James Jackson Parkway?
Hold on, let me make sure that I'm giving you the right address.
And what's the name of that dumping facility again?
It is the Hartsfield Inert.
It's going to be located at our Hartsfield. 2175 James Jackson Parkway.
2175.
2175, thank you.
James Jackson Parkway.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's Hartsville, like the airport?
Yes, ma'am, but it's on the opposite side of town.
Oh, no, I know where James Jackson is.
Okay.
All right, any other questions?
Commissioner Jackson, I actually had a comment, not a question. I noticed that I know there's been a policy change on how bulk rubbish is picked up, but it's infuriating as a resident of the city to call in an order to have stuff picked up and get a date that, as you said, is a month to 5 or 6 weeks out, and then have somebody come by the house 2 days later in a truck who has the time and the ability to write a note, leave it on the mailbox saying that stuff has to be put away until the city can come pick it up. And I don't know who decided on that policy change, but if you can hire a guy to drive around in a little truck, leaving notes at people's houses, you could have them drive around in a big truck picking that stuff up, it seems.
Well, sir, I'm glad you made that suggestion. As it turns out, what we actually do is the reason we are scheduling jobs is so that we can create efficiency. And we actually, when we ask you to call in and schedule, we actually have a route optimization system that allows us to move through the neighborhoods to collect those items that are due to be collected within that time frame. If you happen to be one of the residents who chose to set it out early as opposed to 7 p.m. the day before, then yes, you will get that notice. What you do by doing that is you throw those crews off of their actual scheduled stops. And the way we're set up right now, we actually, as a result of this pandemic, we went from collecting 75 stops per day to over 175 stops. We actually increased our volume. So what we're asking the residents to do is to be more considerate of the system that we have put in place. And to your point, as I suggested in my commentary earlier, I myself, as the leader of this organization, am part of this system. I am a resident in the city of Atlanta, and I adhere to the policies and the procedures that are set forth. So we did not set our bulk out. Our collection date, July 24th, we did not set our bulk out until July 23rd, and I heard it for an entire month from my wife.
I totally understand that. However, when my tenants move out of their houses and put all the stuff out at the street, then I have to call and schedule the appointment. I can't prevent them from putting stuff out because they're required to clean the house out. So it's a bit of a quandary. And I know that the system has changed. In the old system, you guys came out every 2 to 3 weeks with the truck and just followed the regular trash truck around and picked stuff up. I'm just saying there's a hitch in the new system that isn't as effective.
Yes, sir. And really, the previous schedule, and Ms. Dotson correct me, but the previous schedule was once every 2 to 3 months that vehicle was coming through the neighborhoods. So what we've actually done is we've actually moved from a cyclic procedure to a procedure that allows you to call in schedule. However, no one could have foreseen COVID-19 and its impact. What we're working to do is to work through that with the teams that we have available, and we're also looking at alternatives so that we can push that time frame down to reasonable for our immediate gratification population.
All right. Thank you very much. So I guess, any other questions I see a question in the chat. Is there any charge to take yard trimmers to this dump site, the Hartsville dump site?
No, ma'am. Another good question. The only thing we require is proof of residency, and if you're driving, we hope you have a driver's license. And as long as that driver's license is a City of Atlanta address, you will be allowed to go.
Okay. And someone else wants to know, how do I get their pickup date? How do I get my pickup date?
Well, there are a number of ways you can actually get into our website, and that's www.atlantaga.gov/solid waste. And once you get into our page, it will direct you to the bulk collection area where you can actually schedule a pickup.
All right, can you get that out one more time, please?
Yes, ma'am. www.atlantagaga.gov/solid waste.
All right. Any other questions for Commissioner Jackson? All righty. Thank you, Commissioner Jackson. Looking forward to getting on the calendar before Labor Day for our Operation Clean Sweep.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anyone here from code enforcement? Code enforcement? No. Solid waste.
Well, solid waste is DPW.
Oh, solid waste, DP, one and the same. Okay, sorry about that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, code enforcement once again. Anyone here from MARTA? MARTA, M-A-R-T-A. All righty. Absent. Any elected officials? Oh, I'm sorry, Watershed is here. If Ms. Denise from Watershed can unmute herself and give us a report, please. Sorry about that.
No problem at all. I have some quick updates.
Okay.
The first thing I wanted to share with you guys is the project update for location 1185 Converse Drive. The quarry is filling currently underway. They have finished the conveyance tunnel and the quarry reservoir. They will continue excavation and pipelining as well as blasting at RM Clayton. The blast will be between 8 and 5 p.m. They will be preceded with warning signals and will not exceed 1 blast per day. You may feel a slight vibration if you're in close proximity to the tunnel. Secondly, I would like to share a few additional items. For the sake of time, I will move swiftly. Don't fret if you don't have a chance to write down the contact information. I've already posted it in the chat area.
Okay.
Wipes and other non-disposable items are causing a crisis to the residential sewer pipes, the water system, the wastewater system, treatment facilities, and cost all of us in Atlanta big bucks. If you want to be a part of the solution or want more information on how these non-disposable wipes are impacting the water system, please visit our website at atlantawatershed.org/no-wipes-in-pipes/. If you would like to receive DWM emergency notifications or citywide alerts like recent water main breaks by phone, email, or both, please feel free to contact our 311, and you can do that at Atlanta311.com website, or you can call them at 404-546-0311. You can also visit the website bit.ly/update DWM information. If you are having, due to the pandemic, you may have water bill concerns. To request an adjustment or an appeal, to dispute a bill, or to make payment arrangements, you can also contact 311 with the previous information I provided or with what's posted in the chat. If you're having difficulty making payments, you may qualify for assistance, and you can visit the website for additional information, which is the atlantawatershed.org/care-and, which is AND-conserve. Again, that's posted in the chat. DWM wants to encourage all customers to stay safe, hydrate, and avoid a heat stroke. So during high temperatures, please drink as much water as possible while outside. Wear loose fitting clothes that's light colored as well, and avoid strenuous activity. We also encourage our customers to follow the CDC guidelines to remain safe and healthy, and to contact your medical provider if you feel ill. Access to water is paramount. To maintain good health, DWM is temporarily suspending water disconnections during this time. So there will not be any water disconnections during this time until Keisha, Miss Bottoms give us an update on when that will change. Again, I want everyone to stay safe. And if you have any additional questions, I'm here to answer them for you.
All righty, thank you so much. The representative from ATL 311.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Yusuf McCaskill, and as the chair said, I'm here from 311. For anyone that might not be entirely familiar with 311, essentially we're one-stop shopping for city services. So if you want to report things like potholes or leaks in the street, or as was previously mentioned, to get a bulk pickup scheduled, pretty much anything that any kind of non-emergency city services that you need, that's what we're here for. Additionally, you can also call us even if you just don't know who to call about something, because if it is a request that we can't take, we can point you in the right direction. To reach us, our hours are Monday through Friday, 7 A to 7 P, and you can call us at 311 inside city limits, or 404-546-0311. You can also visit us on our website at atl311.com, and you can submit service requests by email as well, atl311@atlantagA.gov. And you can also download our mobile app or find us on social media by searching ATL311. And in terms of social media, we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, Nextdoor, Snapchat, and YouTube. If you'd like to sign up for COVID-19 related notifications, just text ATL Strong, all one word, to 888-777. And last but not least, the City of Atlanta would like to hear feedback from the community on recommendations from the Mayor's Use of Force Advisory Council. So that survey will be closing tomorrow. So it'll be open until tomorrow, the 29th. And I'll post the contact information in chat so that you guys don't have to bother about trying to contact them. Other than that, if anyone has any questions?
Any questions for Mr. McCaskill? Okay. Thank you, Mr. McCaskill.
I'm sorry?
I said thank you. If there are no questions in the chat and no one raised their hand or anything.
Okay, great. Thanks very much. Have
All
a
right.
good evening.
You too. Code enforcement. Ms. Parham, code enforcement. And you have to unmute yourself. We can't unmute you. Ben, what is the command to unmute yourself on the phone?
*6 mutes and unmutes yourself if you're dialed in with voice only.
Okay.
You
Can
good
you hear me now?
There we go. Yes.
Yes. We can hear you now.
Okay. I'm Officer Parham with the City of Atlanta Code Enforcement. And I guess I can start off with the email that you sent in on those property address 2105 Overgrowth. We created a case for that, so I'm still waiting to locate the owner for this property. 619 was transferred to APD for the Cedar for the cars parked on the street. And along with 172, 178, 186, and 205 for the cars parked on the street. 2380 Hill. We're still waiting on the owner for this property for the overflowing dumpster because that was complained. And for the bus stop, that was referred to MARTA. Those cases were referred to MARTA to check out City Grove for the MARTA.
You mean on the benches on the bus stop, the benches at the bus stop?
Yes, so I gave that to MARTA, and you said they would check those out. And the property at 1663 North was referred to NREM. So when, the board started back up with those, that'll get a court NREM hearing date schedule. And 1908 was referred to APD also for the noise ordinance. 17 Westlake, he have removed the vehicle out of the backyard, so he removing, having the tenants to move out some of the other vehicles that's on the property. So that's work is in process, as well as 19. He's been working to clean his property up as well. And for Lanier Street, I know I did a sweep there the end of 18, 19, beginning of 19. So I don't know which address exactly are you referring to on Lanier Street. So if you guys can give me specific addresses, I can give you specific updates on those cases, because some of them are in court, and I know one apartment complex, she had started renovating. So I don't know what she's doing now with the COVID, but at one point she had started renovating on one of the apartment complexes there. And then for the ones that's on Pansy and Verbena that you gave me about the trash on the street, Gibbons, I referred those cases to Gibbons, so I guess he would give you an update on it if, when they'll be out to actually get that cleaned up as well.
Okay.
Any other addresses that you have concerns about?
Is there any way you can, I guess, capture basically like what's going on, what's coming in, what's going out, what's being resolved, only for our NPUs specifically, so that we can get it like a spreadsheet and kind of just dissect this ourselves?
Well, other than the report that she sends out, for the NPU, you can see everything that's happened for 3 months. She always do the last, 2 or 3 months that's on there. The report that you see.
All right, because
So you can see everything.
Capturing more detail, yeah, for me. But okay, I'll get back in contact with her. I have a question in the chat. 833 Center Hill Avenue has been overgrown since last year. Was that on your list? You there?
No, 833 Center Hill.
Mm-hmm. Or if it wasn't, can you add it? And I have another one.
Hill.
833 Center Hill Avenue.
Okay, in that case, it was referred to DPW back in, who was this? December of 19, it was referred to DPW. So I know, I'm quite sure with the COVID started in March, 1st of March. I'm not sure exactly where they're at with that now, but I can see, trying to see who was the owner of this property. It look like she's deceased, but I can, try to get an update and see where DPW is.
Okay. Any other comments for Officer Parham, code enforcement?
Yeah, this is Chris Harlan in Center Hill. Officer Parham at 865 Hall Street. There is a house that's been remodeled, and the contractor cut the pavement in the road to, I guess, rehab the sewer main or the water main in. and has backfilled it with dirt and gravel, but it's washed out and has created a pretty severe pothole. So it's into the northbound lane 5 or 6 feet. And I don't really know who's responsible for the quality control for a patch like that, but it's been sitting like that for at least a month. And I guess it's waiting for pavement, but I don't really know.
So you got the yard debris washing into the street, you say?
No, ma'am. The contractor cut the pavement to get access to either the sewer line or the water line out to the city service. And then backfilled the pit with dirt and gravel, but has not paved it. But that dirt and gravel washes out, and it's created a pretty severe pothole. And I don't know who's responsible for quality control for, what is the address?
That would be, that will be over in building, and I will send them an email also to let them aware of that at 865 Hall Street, Northwest Atlanta.
Yes, ma'am.
Chris, can you repeat that address again, please?
Hall Street. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Okay, 865. And did they have a permit?
I didn't. I'm not that nosy of a neighbor. I think that there was a placard out front, but this is one that came up for a subdivide vote at the NPU. I don't know if that's happened yet. There's an orange S sign out in front of the property.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I had to send that over to building to have them to have someone to check that out. So I will refer that. And I apologize, I forgot to give you guys for zoning. Troy Smith, when you was talking about, because he came out to Joe Lewis a couple of times between this week and the last couple of weeks actually. So he is working that case now for all the zoning issues. So for Mr. Troy Smith, his number is 404-360-9252.
And that's Officer Smith?
Troy Smith, he's over in zoning. No, he's in zoning.
Madam Chair.
So can I ask you this question? Who's taking Major Mason's place at this time, specifically?
We got a Major Bonswick. I have not met him or anything, but I hear that's who we're gonna have.
Brunswick, like Brunswick, Georgia, Brunswick Stew?
I believe so. They just told me the name. We have not received an email or anything from him or anything. So, but in our meeting, they mentioned the name.
All right, we have a question from Rolanda Powell, Center Hill, but you have to unmute yourself, Rolanda.
Thank you. Officer Perrin, there was 2 addresses in Center Hill. I might have missed them. It was 2380 Hill Street and 520 Center Hill. Any updates on those 2 properties?
2380 Hill Street. That's why I said we were still waiting to locate the owner for the overflowing dumpster.
Okay. And what about 520 Center Hill?
I don't see but 520. Hold on.
Rolanda, did you put 520 on the list that you gave me to report to her? Because if you didn't, she probably not going to have any report for that. You did? Oh, okay. All right.
It's not on this paper that I'm looking at. I got the extra email that you sent. I don't see it on here. But 520, 2380 was 520. What was it? Center Hill?
Yes, thank you. Northwest. Also, I have a question. There's a property that is abandoned and I reported it, but It appears that they're in the backyard. There's been some tires dropped off and some trash. And so now the
What's
trash
the
has been,
address?
I'll have to check the 311 out. But they cut the front yard, but the backyard still has garbage. It's literally like white trash bags, and now it's just displaced everywhere. It's actually kind of coming through to my yard. What happens in that instance is my question. Because someone did.
It's in the rear of the property, so once I get the address, I have to locate the owner for them to start cleaning that up.
Okay, the address is 578 Center Hill Avenue.
578 Center Hill.
Yes, Avenue Northwest. So they did come and trim the yard, but they didn't do anything to bother with the tires that's been dumped in their backyard and the trash.
Okay, and for 520 Center Hill,
it's
I see that we have
578.
citation.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm going back. I'm sorry for the 520 Hill. What you asked me about, Center Hill, that you asked me about.
Yes, ma'am.
Update, and that was a case that was a citation that was unserved. So I have to look into it, see, can I get the owner on the phone since, we're not able to go out personally to the properties.
Yeah, because it's at the end of the street, and the trees is now covering the stop sign.
And this at 520 also?
Yes, and it's trash all in front of it, like it's on the corner of Baker and Center Hill, and I think there's where not police, but a bus station is at. And so it's just collecting garbage.
So there's a house sitting there, or no one's living in there or something?
Yeah, it's overgrown grass. Grass and trees is covering the stop sign. In addition to that, there's a bunch of garbage in front of the house now.
Okay. Parham, can I get your information and put it in the chat, please?
Sure. My email address, my phone number is 295-6045. It's 449-56045. And my email address is TPARHAM at Atlanta, ATLANTAGA, altogether, AtlantaGA.gov, G-O-V.
Okay. I put your information in the chat, and also if anyone has any other issues, email them to me, because we have like a running letter or dialogue that these dump sites and properties and hot spots and trash and overgrown stuff and cars, and we're really trying to work together collectively to eradicate the blight in our neighborhood. So, and I wanted to address one more thing as far as the dumpsters. The company will not come and pick those dumpsters up if there's overflow. They're not going to come and get the dumpster. I know for a fact. So this is what we had to do. I'm not saying that you guys can do it, but this dumpster was, right next door to where I live, and I just didn't want to, create rats and roaches and stuff. So I got one of the neighbors. I paid him $10 to get on top of the dumpster and push everything down and make sure that it was in. It wouldn't, nothing would fly out. And the company came and got the dumpster. So hey, because the city really couldn't do anything as far as the dumpster is concerned, because A, it was on private property, and B, it just not gonna remove the dumpster. But we got it removed by having someone just go up and just push everything down in the dumpster. And I called the company immediately. They finally came and got it. So, off my soapbox. And Commissioner Jackson has promised us a, I can't see it now. Hold on 1 second. He's promised us a Operation Clean Sweep for NPU-J District Council District 3 and 9, which is scheduled for kind of far out, but hey, I guess something's better than nothing. November 7th, because they pushed the effort beyond Labor Day. So I don't know, guys. I guess everything just kind of pile up again. But with us working together, staying vigilant, reporting everything, I was just being funny about it. We'll get it resolved. We just have to remain positive. So no more questions for Officer Parham?
There's a couple of raised,
another
there's a
question.
couple of
Can
raised
the
hands.
dumpster be cited? I don't know. Officer Parham, are you still online?
Yes. What's the question? I couldn't hear
Okay. See the raised hands. Sorry.
You sounded very faded out. I can't hear you.
Oh, Rolanda has a raised hand. Rolanda, do you have another question?
Madam
Rolanda
Chair.
has a question.
Madam
Lisa
Chair.
has a raised hand. Go ahead, Lisa.
Your Wi-Fi signal is fading out, and so you're not coming through clearly at all.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
I'm not.
Officer Parham, I can tell you what.
I honestly don't know what is going on because I'm actually in my office and I got a great connection. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Officer Parham, she was just reading you a question from the chat. She wanted to know, or one of the members wanted to know, if the dumpster company can be cited.
No, we've never cited a dumpster company because usually it's on private property. So what I do, whoever owns the property, I cite them, not the company that has the dumpster there. Whoever owns the property is the one who's responsible for the property.
Okay, and I have my hand raised, so I was just waiting to be recognized. I don't know if our vice chair is on the line and can recognize me, or if our chairperson can.
I'm recognized. You're recognized, Liz. You just didn't hear me. You've been recognized.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. No, I couldn't hear you. You were going in and out. I didn't want to speak out of turn.
Yeah, I'm here now. Go ahead. You didn't hear me, but I recognize you. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Officer Parham, regarding Lanier Street, Lanier is just one street, and there is dumping all along the entire street. We could provide you with specific addresses, but I would point out that the dumping takes place along the entire street, and it's just one street. You know, there aren't multiple segments to Lanier Street. It's just one street.
I understand that, and that's why I say that at the end of 18, beginning of 19, I did a sweep on that whole street. So I wrote up the whole street. Like I said, there were in the beginning, you know, some people have come to court, some haven't, and then some had started to work. Like I know one of the apartment complex, she started renovating, doing some renovations, but I hadn't been there since the beginning of the year, so I don't know exactly where she's at with the properties. But like I said, if it was something specifically, no, I would need to know address so I can give you a specific update, because like I said, in 19, I wrote up the whole street basically and cited each property of whatever violation was there. Right behind the club all the way down to, the next street. So.
Okay, so then my second and final, thank you for answering that. My second and final question is regarding the benches that were illegally placed along Westlake that no one is claiming ownership for and is being used to generate income for whoever owns them. by way of advertising dollars. Are those benches to remain indefinitely since code enforcement officers are not out patrolling the street and looking for violations?
What kind of benches are you talking of? If you're talking about the model benches, that's the ones that I referred to.
Yeah, Marta said that they don't own those. We started with Marta. We checked with Marta first. Marta said they don't own those benches.
So are they on the right of way, or they just, I don't understand what you're saying. Maybe you could take a picture and you can send a picture to me and the address.
I have done that, but I will gladly. I have already taken pictures and sent them to you, but I will gladly send them again. We've also sent those pictures to Major Mason when he was here, and they were included in the letter that Chairwoman Jones sent into the city as well. Those benches, just so that you know, are located partly on private property, partly on public property, and some are either or. So some of them are fully on private property without the owner's permission. Some are in the public right-of-way without the city's permission or knowledge, and some are a combination. For example, the one on the corner of West Lake and North Avenue sits on halfway on private property and halfway in the public right-of-way.
Okay, I didn't see any pictures attached, but when I heard benches, bus stop benches, that's when we referred the cases to MARTA. So, and you know, until they come back to let me know. Otherwise, I was assuming it was all part of MARTA.
Yeah, they've answered that. We went to them initially. I think it's been about a year, and they have nothing to do with them, with the benches. But thank you very much, Officer Parman. We'll follow up with pictures. Thank you.
All righty, you can send it to my cell, and I can, you know, figure out where the addresses are and who is the owner of those properties. So.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Farham, this is
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, real quick. I just wanted to thank you. I know you don't hear that enough. Thank you for the house that was taken care of on the 900 block of Cato. That's all I have.
Okay, though, you're welcome.
Are any other questions or comments for Officer Parham? All right, thank you. Moving right along, Officer Parham. Any elected officials on the line tonight?
Hey, this is Anita Harris from Commissioner Hall's office.
Hi, Ms. Harris. How are you?
I am great. How are you all doing today?
Fantastic.
Good. Well, I'm just here. I have been assigned to NPU-J for our office, and so I will be point of contact for everybody here. I did want to share with you all that the Fulton County Board of Commissioners did just approve a COVID relief fund for the arts. I know that was something that they have collectively been working on since COVID hit at the beginning of March. And, you know, they were having a difficult time coming to a consensus on the board. So we do currently have a grant for arts in the form of small business grant, $10,000. Up to $10,000, and I will actually put the information in the chat so that everybody who is interested can apply. And that window closes on July 31st, and so you just have a couple of more days to apply for this grant. But we want to make sure that our entertainment industry folks are taken care of, as we do believe that mostly they have been left out as it relates to funding during this time. But as I said, I'll put my information in the
Hello.
Oh, I think I just accidentally muted. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh. So I will share, as I was saying, my information in the chat window, and I'll also put the information for the new grant for the arts small business grant that Fulton County Board of Commissioners has recently passed in the chat as well. If anybody would like to apply, that window does close on the 31st of this month. So we just have a few more days for that. And again, it is up to $10,000 you can receive in grant funding for our entertainment industry.
Okay. Can you put that information in our chat, please? Or you already said it?
Absolutely, and I'm putting my contact information as well. And if it's okay with you all, I would like to have Commissioner Hall at your next meeting as well to give an update from the county as we are currently, anything that they're currently voting on. You may be aware that Fulton County has kind of rode back to stage 1 in terms of opening, because we did have around 67 COVID cases amongst the employees after just about 2 weeks of opening. So the tax commissioner has closed some of his offices, and we are asking people to utilize the kiosk. I have used the kiosk to register my vehicle. It's a 3-minute process. It was really quick. I also encouraged Commissioner Hall to do so a few weeks ago, and she'll tell you it took her 3 minutes as well. But we are rolling back to phase 1 as we are seeing the increase locally in our COVID cases.
All right. Any other comments or questions or feedback from Ms. Harris? Somebody's giving us a lot of background noise. Please mute yourself. Thank you. Are there any other elected officials on the line? Or any representatives? Any other elected officials on the line or their representatives? All right, we'll move along to our committee reports. We'll start with the Communications Committee first. Ben?
Okay.
If you could show our communication sign, please.
Yes, okay. All right, hang on one second. All right, give me just one quick second. All right, do you see the screen?
No, not yet.
All right, let's open this up.
Oh, just click on it. There it is.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
Okay. But anyway, these are signs that we're using to distribute throughout the community for connecting purposes. And thank you to Councilman Hillis's office and Councilman Brown. They made a huge contribution. I'm still in and out. Oh boy, it's not good.
Yeah, this it's not opening up. I mean, let me keep trying.
Well, never mind. Yeah. Can everyone hear me? Because I'm getting a note saying that I'm going in and out. Am I clear now?
Yes.
All right. Any reports from the Education Committee? No. Any reports from the Economic Development Committee?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we don't have any new reports, but economic development, those on the committee will be receiving an email this week for a scheduled meeting in August.
We didn't catch your name or your position.
Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. This is Derek Green, Chair of the Economic Committee.
All right, thank you. And here are our new signs. You've probably been seeing them throughout the community. It says help plan the growth of your neighborhood. And it has a hotline number that You can call at any time. It's updated every week with information that's going on or events or meeting time schedules that's going on within NPU-J. And also it has our website information. Thank you, Ben.
Okay.
Okay, any reports from the Finance Committee? We did receive our grant from the city. I'll just go ahead and report it. We did receive our grant from the city, and the committee agreed to do number signs for the houses. Can you bring that up so everybody can see it?
Yep.
For communications is the website, I'm sorry, updated as regularly as the hotline number? I want to say yes, because as soon as we receive information, we immediately put it on the website, or I try to funnel it out through the community leaders. And Ben takes the hotline once a week, every week. You're welcome.
Yes. See the signs?
Yeah, this is what basically like a model of what the signs will look like. It really looks cool. It's the community of Grant Park Neighborhood Association actually excuse me, sells, these particular signs, but we're using them. So our signs will be the Grant Park signs. No, not necessarily. I don't know if you guys have the committee agreed on what the signs will look like, but this is just I don't want to say a replica, but just an idea of what the signs will look like. And they're to identify, so you can identify, I guess, seniors or anyone that does not have a house sign for the EMTs and first responders. And just as, uniformity. What community will be getting the signs? Ben, I was not on that committee, so can you explain?
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be setting up a meeting this month before our next NPU meeting. That what we're going to do is I'll ask all the neighborhoods to send a representative. We'll start working on finalizing a design, and we'll do a Zoom meeting. But we'll be able to work on finalizing some designs that'll be unique for NPU-J. And then each of the neighborhoods, what we were going to do was, the proposal was we were going to divide the number of signs up around the different neighborhoods to let the neighborhood associations figure out how they would want to distribute those and figure out who they want to make eligible. We want to go to the seniors that need them, but it would kind of let that be a push down effort to activate each of the neighborhood associations to be able to engage them as well. But be looking for emails to the neighborhood association presidents. I'll be putting together a Zoom call and scheduling that for the next, maybe a week or two out, and we'll get that going so we can start getting this project underway.
And I'll reiterate again, no, we're not using the exact same sign as Grant Park. That was just, that's just to give you an idea. That's it, just an idea. Thank you. Ms. Uzma, Health and Wellness Committee report.
Yes, good evening, everybody. I am Uzma Khan, the Health and Wellness Committee chairperson. We have been busy with our Wellness Wednesdays, and I encourage everybody to please try to join us. It is every Wednesday at 6 p.m. And then post everything on our social media, the Zoom information to log in. Tomorrow on our Wellness Wednesday, Dr. Joshua Murphy is going to join us. He is the CEO of FDHA, Fulton DeKalb Hospital Authorities. They are the owner of Grady Hospital System. I really encourage you guys to participate tomorrow. Bring all the questions you guys have. He will have tons of information in regards to what Grady is doing, has done, any COVID-related questions or otherwise. That's what Health and Wellness Committee is doing lately. And I do know, I'm totally aware that there is a list of people that are very interested in wanting to join this committee. And I honor each and every one of you, and I'm really excited. But the activation will occur, most probably I'll reach you guys out in a month or so, because I am trying to plan a screening of COVID and PSA and other screenings by the late October or early November in collaboration with other organizations. And of course, social distancing and everything will be practiced. So I am working on that platform. I will need help from others, most probably the committee members, most probably in September. I will reach you guys out, and any questions, let me know. Previously, we have touched base a lot of topics, from financial health to mental health to family health to men magnifying manhood movement. I mean, you name it, we've been there. And there is a COVID testing that is happening, and it is on our social media already. Correct?
Yes, it is.
Springfield Missionary Baptist Church. Today was one of the screening that happened, August 4th to 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then August 15, 22nd, 29 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. These screenings are already scheduled and happening. In Springfield Missionary Baptist Church, the screening that I am trying to plan is of Pastor Harper's church, and in collaboration with a few others. So I am formulating that again with people that are interested, wanting to join. I will reach you. I have your contact information. Please join us tomorrow. I'm doing the best I can at this point. Any suggestions, comments, I would be very delighted to take them. So thank you.
Uzma, did you mention that Springfield is going to do testing on Saturdays?
I did not mention that.
Okay, well, they'll be testing on Saturdays also for individuals that are unable to get off from work during the week. So,
Ben, would you please push this poster a little bit up, because I see the question asked is the Zoom login information for this particular Wellness Wednesday when Dr. Murphy is joining us tomorrow. The login information is on the bottom of the poster.
Yeah, so also, here's the link and the information, but if you go to NPU-J-Atlanta.com, we have a calendar. Everything that we always talk about with meetings is on our calendar on our website. That is the best source to go to get all the latest links and information about what's going on with NPU-J.
And what about the hotline number?
And the hotline number as well will be for folks that don't have access readily to the internet. They can call into that number that's on their signs, yard signs, and that will be updated with the dial-in information for Zoom as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben.
Okay.
Okay, I guess
not. All right.
Statement.
Yeah, there's one at the doctor. I think we have a hand raised.
Okay.
Yes, COVID-19 testing tomorrow, Wednesday, July 29th at True Light from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., 47 Anderson Avenue Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia, direct across the street from the MARTA Station, West Lake. Walk-up is available. You can pre-register, but walk-up is certainly available tomorrow, Wednesday, July 29th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
All right. Thank you. We shared it on our social media also.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, Transportation Committee. Any updates? And the Transportation Committee is looking for some support. Nathan expressed that he still wanted to be the chair, but due to COVID, he had experienced, some personal issues. but he is looking for support. Anything from zoning, Ben?
The only thing we have from zoning tonight is this text amendment. Let me share that.
Do you want Ms. Baker to cover that when she gets to her?
Yeah,
report?
yeah, let's
Okay.
do that. There's no other zoning issues for us
Okay.
to vote on tonight other than that, yes.
All right. The nominating committee. Marjorie
No,
Richards.
no report at this time.
Okay. Marjorie Richards, may I have permission to address the committee? Yes, Ms. Richards. Ms. Richards, you have permission to address the committee. And if you need to unmute yourself, do *6. *6.
Okay, it says that I'm unmuted, but I can't hear, you can't hear me.
Now we
Yeah,
can.
we hear you now. We hear you now.
Okay, great. Good evening. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. I want to find out about coming to address the committee. We're talking about some property that is on North Evelyn Place. And actually, it's 0 North Evelyn Place because it does not have a house on the property. And the planning and zoning suggested that we come out and talk to you guys is because the property is, I think it's 50 by 150. And I know that Grove Park area is now, because it is moving in a different direction, it's looking at a minimum of 70 feet. And we wanted to come out and talk to you and to get your views on our ability to utilize that property. Right now, it's just vacant land. And we're interested in putting a home there, actually.
Okay, so you, let me get this right. You've spoken with the city initially. Have you put in any type of application for permitting or anything?
Well, we have not done the application as of yet because, you know, the city has a new way of doing business now. And that is they have that intermediate before you move to the actual application for zoning.
Oh, I got you.
And we did, okay. Yes, and we did that part. And, you know, that's when they give you suggestions and all of that.
Okay, well,
and that was one of.
I'm sorry not to cut you off, but what I will suggest is getting on our zoning committee chairperson's schedule and speak to the zoning committee first, or what you could do if the property is located in, I think you said Grove Park, if I'm not misunderstanding you. Normally you
Yes, it is. It's actually North Evelyn Place.
Okay, what you could do initially is reach out to the president of the Grove Park Neighborhood Association and, you know, kind of get a feel for where they are, introduce your project to them. And your second step would be, I guess, to go back to the city to, you know, if it's something that's doable or you guys agree on, whatever have you, go to the city and file your appropriate paperwork. And once that takes place, then the city will probably instruct you to contact zoning if there's an issue. But the first step will probably be what I would recommend for you to do is to contact the Grove Park Neighborhood Association. Are you there?
Okay, so would Grove Park be also NPU-J?
Yes, Grove Park is NPU-J. Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay. Could you possibly, if you have it, or maybe look at my email and send it to me in terms of the connection? It's because when I reached out, they gave me your committee.
Okay,
as
give me
the
your
correct committee.
give me
It
your
is
email.
okay. It is my name. It's my name, exact spelling, Marjorie at hotmail.com.
Okay. What I'll do is email you, and I'll patch you in with the president of the association, because typically that's how we, handle our business within NPU-J. You speak to the neighborhood first and get their blessing, for lack of better words. That would be your initial step, and then you could move on to, step 2, step 3.
Okay. I really appreciate that. And I look forward to receiving the email.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The nominating committee did not have a report, but person speaking was Reverend Dr. Elegant. Anything from the bylaws committee?
Hi, everyone. This is Ashley Sanchez, chairperson of the bylaws committee. No report as of yet. We do have our first meeting next Wednesday at 6 p.m. I do have some names that I have added to my committee. So I'll put my information in the chat for you to, if you're sending me an email letting me know you're interested in joining the committee. I just ask that everybody that's on the committee, I have received some amendments and some interest with some changes that some committee members would like to make. So if you would like to review the bylaws, just make sure you review them, and you can submit your changes or recommendations for changes or inquiries about the bylaws to my email, and I'll put that information in the chat. That's it.
And when I thought the meeting was, is it August 3rd or August 6th?
August the 5th, the Wednesday, isn't it?
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
It's 3 different dates here. I'm not gonna put anything out. Yeah.
Yeah, it was it's Wednesday, August the 5th at 6 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I mixed my dates. I'm sorry. All these days are going together. Sorry about that. Yes, you're correct. That's correct. That's 6 p.m. That's correct.
And you guys will send out the Zoom information, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be putting it on the website, and we'll send it out as well. Yeah.
All right. Okay, those are all of the committees. Park committees. Center Hill Park, do you have a report? Center Hill Park, Friends of the Park.
We are, friends, I guess that's me again. Hi. All right, so for the Center Hill, there was a Park Pride workshop last week that was around working on getting grant applications together for submission later in this year. So I'm going to be working back with Center Hill Neighborhood Association. We're going to be working to identify what we would like to put in our grant request. We did a walkthrough a few months ago during COVID. We were socially distanced and wearing a mask, but we did a walk through the park and identified several areas that we would like to improve. Some walking trails on the north end, maybe build a bridge that goes over Proctor Creek that connects the two baseball fields that are on either side of the creek, and some other enhancements like bike racks up in front.
Okay, I'll do a report, give a report from Anderson Park, and it'll be really quick. We're interested, we were on that same call also for the grant funding. We're interested in using the goats to do the invasive cleaning, and B, to possibly get solar panel lights for our beautiful walk trail, and C, we're interested in implementing a dog and skate park. So that's where we are. Any report from Grove Park, because Grove Park was on the line. Mr. Tim. Well, I guess he's not on.
Hey, sorry.
Oh, hey, Tim.
Yeah, I would definitely say we don't have a lot to report. Honestly, we need more time as well to kind of put together projects. We had a few of very initial ideas for potentially getting more garbage and recycling bins within our park so that we have less trash getting deposited. And then also our community garden is always in need of funds to make improvements there. So we definitely have more to talk about on that, and then we'll probably apply for that, just like a small change grant this year.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tim. Now we'll go into our planners report from Ms. Baker.
Hi. So, so the biggest report, I guess, is that we are reconvening BZA and ZRB meetings. The first hearings will be on August 6th. And then every week, every Thursday after that, there will be hearings. There's one set for August 13th, August 20th, so that we can catch up with the cases that we were working on during COVID and during the time that we were not meeting. So those are reconvening, so that will mean that there'll be probably more cases coming to the NPUs, hopefully. So.
Okay. I have a question. How far are you backdated, or like you started from like March or February?
And so because during the COVID time, like we didn't really get the volume that we like that's usual for the summer, I guess. And so I know for BZA, I'm not sure for ZRB, but I know for BZA we'll be caught up by September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll be caught up by September, especially since we're having meetings on the 6th, the 13th, and the 20th. That will give us, for BZA, that will give us time to catch up. I'm not really sure about the schedule for CRB in terms of catching up.
All right, very good. Any questions for Ms. Baker? All right, matters for voting, Z-20-36, you want to tackle that?
Yes.
All right.
So this is an ordinance by a number of council members, which are listed in the agenda, and this is to amend a section of the code. The specific section is relationship of building to street, and this is within the R4, R4A, R4B, R4 and R5 districts. And this is a specific section that talks about, that's regarding like recessed front-facing garages. So currently the requirement is that the garages that are front-facing be in those districts be recessed 10 feet. And the proposed amendment is that that be reduced to 6 linear feet from the front of the building, or in residential districts, of course. Any questions?
Okay, any questions? Did you want to read anything out the fact sheet?
Yes, I can go ahead and read
like
off the.
gibberish to some people because you kind of like, I guess, maybe put it in layman's terms.
Okay, okay. I can go ahead and do, like, this is, I'm still learning how to do this. So bear with me.
No, you're doing fine. Go ahead.
All right. And so this is from the fact sheet. This is more so to amend like a design standard. And this was proposed by a number of council members. And the fact sheet says, what is this? This is the neighborhood design standards are adopted as a part of the zoning ordinance update phase 2. The update amended the R4, R4B, single family residential, and R4A, R5, two-family residential, okay. Zoning districts enabling neighborhoods to have a limited set of home design standards for elements such as garage placement and building facade treatment. And so why is this amendment proposed? The city of Atlanta is made up of many diverse neighborhoods with a diverse range of architecture, and appropriate design standards could otherwise be imposed. And so the ordinance will be amended, will amend the regulations adopted in 18-0-1581 that are now set forth in Chapter 16, in Part 16, Chapter 6, Chapter 6A, 6B, and 7, regarding the relationship of building to street by amending the required distance yeah, okay, so that's repetitive, okay. By amending the distance requirement for building recess from 10 linear feet to 6 linear feet. And so that's just pretty much saying, instead of, what the proposal is, instead of recessing that garage 10 linear feet from the front, the proposal is to recess it 6 linear feet from the front.
Okay. Are there any questions or hand raised? Hold on, let me see if we got hands raised. Why exactly, I guess, are these council members trying to legislate this?
I think as stated, I guess, in the why statement, the idea that there's a diversity of neighborhoods, and so some standards might, like some neighborhoods, I think they've noticed from their constituents that some would like maybe less space so that they could have more square footage in the house or for their structures. So there's that, but I can go and find out more information.
Okay, a few more comments. It seems like it will allow for those suburban looking houses with the garages on the front. And the next one is, so garages will be more pronounced and closer to the street.
Right, there will still be recess. The proposal is still to have a recess, but then just shorten that recess from 10 to 6, but I will note those comments.
Okay. And is this a voting matter, or this is just for review and comments?
This is a voting matter because this is an amendment to the zoning code.
All right, well, we will be voting on this tonight. Any more questions for Ms. Baker? All right.
I see Leah LaRue's hands raised. Do you see that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not doing like 5 things at one time. I can't read. Ms. LaRue, go ahead.
I had actually lowered my hand, so I don't know how y'all still saw it. I was just going to help out my colleague, Ms. Baker, And it sounds like the question was, I saw some of the comments in the chat and I was going to help answering that, but it sounds like it was answered. And just to clarify, this does not create more pronounced garages, and it does not create those situations like we have on Westlake with that full garage in the front, you know, the whole house is a garage, and then it doesn't allow for that. As Cheeto very perfectly explained, it decreases the recess of the garage. There's still a front yard setback that's required, and this doesn't change that. It just decreases the recess from the garage. From the front of the house, it would be required to be 10 feet from the front of the house, and this amendment will reduce that from 10 feet to 6 feet.
Thank you.
All right. No other questions. I guess we'll close discussion for this and go into, one last question, I'm sorry. Is this citywide or just for NPU-J?
This is citywide because it's an amendment to the zoning code, so it is citywide.
All right.
I have a quick question.
Okay, Ms. Sherry.
Is that the distance from the garage to the street or from the garage to the sidewalk? Because if you're decreasing it with that, would the car spill over into the sidewalk? I'm not clear on that.
No, it will be the distance from the front of so there will still be a front setback required. So there'll be a building front, and then there'll be the distance from the building front to the garage. So.
All right. Did they answer your question, Sherry?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm trying to like draw it out so I can show you.
But does it make sense? Is that
more presentation?
So if you see this, so this would be the front of the house, and they're just talking about changing this distance. This would be the face of the garage. So instead of having this be 10 feet, this would be the front of the house. Instead of having this be 10 feet, they're proposing to decrease it to 6 feet, this distance. And then the garage will start right here.
That is okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. I don't know if that explained
it. All right, now we'll.
We have another
Tori,
hand. Tori has a hand raised.
All right, Tori.
Okay, I'm so sorry to keep this lingering. Okay, so
Go ahead.
I think someone asked the reason for the legislation, and I know that you said, Cheeto, you did you answer that, or maybe Leah could add? I don't know, but is it to accommodate more dense single-family dwellings? Like, I don't really feel like I fully understand. Like, I don't want to just vote yes, and I don't want to vote no without feeling like I have all the information as to why the certain council member feels this is a need citywide, or would like to introduce it more citywide. So I feel like I don't really understand the why.
Right. As far as I know, like as far as we've discussed with our department, this is to accommodate sort of more like diverse housing, because there was, I think, a feeling with some residents that was too large of a recess from the front, and of course that would lessen the square footage that can be permitted inside inside the residence. So that was a feeling that was expressed to a council member, and this is kind of their response to that. And Leah can add on to that if she has.
I'm sorry, I just got I didn't realize my mic wasn't muted, and I said, "Oh shucks," because my battery. I got the notification.
I didn't hear it.
Dying. I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't cuss. I just said, "Oh shucks." Sorry about that.
Brought this forward.
I'm sorry.
No, I was reading a question out of a statement, a question out of the chat. It says, which council member brought this forward and does the Department of Planning support this? The council members were Hillis, Boone, Dickens, Brown, Shepherd, and Westmoreland. Now, whether Planning supports it or not, Ms. LaRue can answer that. I don't have an answer. I don't know. And we really probably should speed this up. We only have 20 minutes. I'm going to have to do a motion to invoke some more time, but really quick.
So I just want to, Madam Chair, out of respect to your question directed to me, I would defer that question to Ms. Baker and be willing to help her because she's here in her work capacity and I'm not. I didn't want to leave her out there stranded. So if I can help, I certainly will. But I'd rather those questions be directed to her. And if she'd like for me to jump in, I'm more than happy to do so.
Oh, okay, Ms. Baker, can you answer that, please?
If the city is in support, I can find out. I'm not sure necessarily. I think and this is, I'm gonna ask Leah because I'm not necessarily sure.
I can just tell you that the Department of Planning did not sponsor this legislation. The council members sponsored it, meaning we didn't We didn't initiate the legislation. I'm sorry, I said we. The Department of City Planning did not initiate this legislation. The council members that are named and on the screen in front of you, two of which are our council members, Dustin Hillis and Antonio Brown. They are two of the signers on this legislation.
All right, if we could go into our voting, please.
All right, so I'm going to be, I'm going to be conducting the vote. This has been the zoning chair. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put forth that we make a vote on this text amendment Z-20-36 amended. So all in favor of approving the text amendment to address the, let's see how they worded this.
Leah has her hand raised.
Oh, go
Leah.
ahead.
Excuse me, Ben, is there a recommendation from the zoning committee?
There is not an official recommendation from the zoning committee.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so moving forward. So I'm making a motion that, or I'm putting forth the vote that we decide for all those in favor of approving Z-20-36 amended, raise your hands. So using the app, you click the button that says raise hand, or if you're on the phone dialed in.
Point of order, please.
Go ahead. Yes.
There has to be a motion with a proper second.
Okay.
Leah had asked, was there a motion from the zoning committee with a second? There hasn't been, so there needs to be an initial motion and then a second.
Okay, so I make a motion. I'm making a motion that we vote on this amendment to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Is that Jones?
Yeah, I second.
Okay, all right.
Second.
All right, so with the motion seconded, we'll move to take a vote. So all those in favor of approving the text amendment legislation Z-20-36 amended, raise your hand, and you'll raise your hand clicking the button in the app to raise your hand. So I'll see a little blue hand raised, or if you're dialed in, hit *9. Okay, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see 8 raised hands in favor. Okay. Now, all those not in favor of approving the legislation, raise your hand. Again, if you're dialed in, it's *9. I see 6 nays. All right. Let me lower everyone's hand. And all those who abstained, raise your hand.
Kiana abstained.
Okay, and I abstain.
Virgil Penny abstains.
Okay. That's 5 abstentions.
In the chat, it says, Ben, some people are raising their hands on camera. Please count them too.
Oh, well, okay. All right, then we're going to need to reconduct the vote if you're raising your hands. I'm not able to look at everybody's faces on here. We have 46 participants, so all right, so let's redo this vote.
Before you move forward, well, I'm sorry, I can't do it because we're in the middle of a motion. Never mind. I'll stop. Go ahead. Proceed.
Okay. All right, so we're going to take the vote again because there's some confusion. I'll make sure I look at everybody's visuals.
Excuse me, Ben.
Yes.
It might be helpful if you restate the instructions for finding the raise hand button. I think there were 2 people who just could not find the button, and they may be able to find it if you go through the explanation.
Well, I know. All right. So if you're on your laptop, if you look over and you click on the participants, the link in your menu participants, down below that, you see a little raise hand button. If you're on a smartphone, it's sort of hidden. You have to kind of go over to another screen for participants. That lets you again raise your hand as a feature. Are there any questions about how to raise your hand using the apps? And if you're dialed in, you'd hit *9. I see Elizabeth, are you raising your hand to ask a question?
Elizabeth is saying, she put it in the chat.
Okay. Okay, no question. All right. So now that if it feel like everybody knows how to use the app to raise your hand, because we'll be looking for the blue hands.
Oh, it's another question in the chat. Ben, how can you abstain when you just voted a motion to approve? You put a motion
Well,
to
I put a
approve.
motion out, but that doesn't mean I approve it, right?
Right, and that doesn't mean that the participants have to approve. They can vote for it, you can vote against it, or you can abstain. All right, proceed.
Okay. All right. So we're going to take the vote again. So all those in favor of approving text amendment Z-20-36, that's reducing that garage recess from 10 feet to 6 feet. If you approve it, raise your hand using the app feature. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I see 7 hands raised now. So 7 approve. Okay, I'm gonna lower all the hands. Now we're going to take the votes for all those that do not approve it, that are not in favor of it. Raise your hand.
In the chat, it said Elizabeth voted no this time.
Okay. So we'll count her. All right. So Elizabeth's 1, then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be 7. All right, so we have 7. Well, that's a tie.
So can you tell us how many people voted for it? How many people voted against it?
Point of order.
Point of order. Go ahead.
You still have to call.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You
I know.
still have to fulfill the vote,
I
even
know.
though that you have 7 abstain.
I know.
7. Thank you.
So now we'll take the abstentions. Lower all your hands. Hang on 1 second. Let me lower hands first. Hang on. All right. So now everybody raise your hand for abstentions. If you abstain.
Virgil Penny abstains.
Okay. And Ben Norman abstains.
Kiana abstains.
And Kiana. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 abstentions. All right. So we have, so the final count, we have 7 yays, 7 nays, and 6 abstentions.
So, Mr. Parliamentarian, in a case like this, with 7 yes, 7 no's, and 6 abstentions, is it appropriate to say, does the motion carry, or how can he state this the correct
Well, the
way?
motion doesn't carry and it doesn't fail, so we give no opinion. Does that make sense?
Does he
So
need
it,
to say
unless you want to break the tie, the chairperson can break or make a tie and render a decision.
The
So we
chairperson
get.
has abstained already, so the chairperson.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part. So the chairperson, you've
Yeah,
abstained.
I abstain.
So
But
that this is our. I'm sorry, this is the vote. So we present the vote: 7 in favor, 7 opposed, and the number who abstained.
6 abstentions.
Mr. Penny,
Yes.
I could certainly be mistaken, but I thought that in order for a motion to carry or to pass, it had to have a majority of the voting members. So doesn't this motion by tie also fail?
Well, you could say that it fails, but it really is a tie. So I wouldn't put fail. I would say motion ties. So there is no opinion. We're not in favor and we're not against. So we're ambivalent.
Excuse me, Mr. Parliamentarian.
Yes.
Listen, can you hear me?
Yes.
Maybe you could check to see if everybody voted, because I didn't vote. I didn't raise my hand or do anything. I'm just listening.
Okay. You didn't abstain,
So
or you
maybe
didn't vote?
I didn't do anything. I'm just listening, because I figured there would be enough people for this to pass. Or
Okay,
not pass without me saying anything.
Well,
I
we've already
and I didn't hear and have enough information. So you guys, I'm just letting you know, just to say that maybe you should have a roll call, or so you know that everybody that's on the call actually voted yes, no, or abstained. So we got 46 people on the call, and we only had 14 or so actually vote. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, so you want to roll call. Madam Chair, that's your decision.
Okay, point of order. What I need to do is, because we still have presenters, I need a motion on.
Hold on.
Excuse me, point of order. I need a motion on the floor, and I'm just going to use the number 45 minutes. Of course, we're not going to take the whole entire time. I'm just going to say 45 minutes to give us enough time to conduct our business and get off the phone, okay? So I need a motion on the floor to extend our NPU-J general body meeting today, July 22nd, for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I make a motion to extend the
Timothy
NPU-J
Freeman, I
meeting.
second the motion. Yeah, I second it.
Okay, thank you. There's no debate, then the motion will carry. Proceed.
Okay, now to answer Rhoda's question, we can call a roll call for, that's the chairman's responsibility to call a roll call for the vote. But we have rendered a decision on this item.
Well, actually, there are some members some eligible members in the I guess in the chat saying 3 members eligible to vote did not vote. So Ben and Jason has the actual list. I don't have that list in front of me of eligible voters. If you would, could you go down that list and just see how, Sue Smith, yes, Mike Jones, no.
Okay, do a roll
so
call.
So everybody will be clear. Right, a roll call. Because this is the only thing we're voting on tonight. We can do that so that we can move forward. So start at the top of the list with the voting members. Call each person's name, and that person can say yes, no, or they can abstain, and then we'll move on. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll do the voice vote. So the first one I see in my list is myself, Benjamin Norman. I abstain. All right.
Okay, Benjamin Norman, abstain.
Yep.
Next.
Next is Nanella Graham.
Ms. Graham, how are you voting? Okay. No response. Next person.
Okay.
We can't make people vote. We can't force them to vote. We can't force them to abstain. We can't force them. So we'll just go to the next person. They don't say anything.
All right.
Next,
Next, Kiana.
Kiana, abstain.
All right. Virgil Penny.
Abstention.
Next person.
Next, we have let's see, Leah LaRue.
Abstain.
Leah, abstain. Next.
Then we have Rhoda Bronner.
Rhoda, abstain.
Abstain.
Next.
All right, hang on. Let's get down. Patricia Roberts.
Pat, are you voting?
No.
Okay.
All right, Tori Redding.
I abstained.
Yeah, abstain. Okay.
Oh, you abstain.
Point of
Okay.
order. Hey, point of order. Chairperson Patricia, please clarify your vote.
I'm abstaining.
Perfect.
Okay. Pat, abstain. Tori?
I vote against the motion.
Tori, vote against, so that's a no. Next.
All right, Uzma Khan.
Uzma?
Favor.
Uzma in favor, yes.
Okay. Carla Thomas.
I'm voting against.
Carla Thomas against, no.
Chris Bartlett.
For.
Chris, 4, yes.
Derek Green.
I voted yes.
Yes.
Derek,
Okay.
yes.
Elizabeth Thompson.
Liz?
Yeah. Okay, she's not responding.
Okay, no response.
Jacqueline Taylor.
No.
Jackie? Next.
Okay. Joan Scott.
Joanne?
Yes.
Are you voting for or against?
For.
Okay, Joanne? 4, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
John Mapp.
Okay. No response.
Abstain.
Oh, okay. Is that clear, John?
So my question is, on this budget that we're using for the virtual retreat, am I taking it out of those funds, or I'm taking it?
There's a point of order on the table. There's some noise, background noise. Please mute your phones.
Hello. Did John abstain? Hold on one second. We need to get John's correct vote.
So however you decide to go, remember, you were talking, Carmen, if you're going to split them up. Are you going to split them up?
John, are you there?
Okay, move forward. We have to come back to John.
All right.
Hello?
Which John?
No, John Mapp, not John Southall, John Mapp. Go ahead, Ben.
Okay. Next we have Joyce Finch Morris.
Joyce?
Yes.
Joyce, yes. Next person.
Okay. Ola Reynolds.
Ms. Reynolds?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Reynolds, yes. Thank you. Next.
Pastor Elligan.
Reverend Elligan? Reverend Elligan? Okay, no response.
Okay, no response.
Next.
All right. Richard Jones.
Richard? Richard? No response. Next.
Rolanda Powell.
I vote for.
4. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay. No, I'm just being clear. Just next.
Okay. All right. Next, Tim Cook.
Voting against.
Okay, Tim, again, no. And also in the chat, Richard Jones voted no. So change Richard from no response to no. All right, next.
Vanessa Stanley.
I vote no.
No.
Okay, Ms. Vanessa, no. All right, next.
Rosa Marie Render.
Yes. Yes. Okay, yes. Next.
And that's the end of the list of the voting members that I see.
Okay.
Hello.
I've been counting.
Hold on one second.
Gotta unmute myself.
1 second, point of order. Ms. Eddie is a voting member. She didn't vote.
Yeah. Let me see where she is.
Did they put it in the chat?
In favor.
All right, in favor?
That's a yes, Ms. Eddie? Okay.
Elegant voted.
Hello.
Did Elegant vote?
Okay. We called you Reverend Elegant, but we didn't hear a response. What is your vote?
Voted for. I probably couldn't unmute it at the time.
Okay.
Okay, so you're 4. That means yes, you're in favor.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I did this. Excuse me. That's why it's a lot clearer when you did that roll call. It's a lot clearer because
Okay.
according to my count.
Thank you, Rhoda. Thank you. I appreciate it. Did we
Now I
cover
can tell you
all?
how much it was.
Did we cover all the voting members, Ben? Just please make
Yep.
sure.
That's what I see. Anybody else?
Tommy.
This is called Sandra Reed. Okay, Ms. Reed is a voting member. Ms.
Okay.
Reed, what is your vote?
All right.
Yes. Yes, are you saying yes? Yes,
Okay.
Madam President, this is Ashley Sanchez. Do you have me as a voting member?
Let me look. Let's see. Ashley. Let's see. I don't. Sanchez, you said, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't see that you've attended the required 3 meetings in the last 12 months. Does that sound correct?
No, but okay.
How many meetings have you been to, Ashley?
I'm gonna say at least 3. I know that, but I have to go with what you have now because we have to go with what you have now.
Okay.
Excuse me, Miss Tommy Matthews has also attended 3 meetings. And she is on the call as well, at least 3 meetings. I'm sorry. I don't know exactly how many, but I know she's attended at least 3. And she is attempting to vote, and she said that her battery is on 1%, so she'd like to cast her vote
All
before.
right, go ahead.
Okay.
Tommy Mathis, how do you vote?
Ms. Matthews, are you voting? Ms. Matthews? Ms. Tommy Matthews going once. All right, we have to put her down as a no response. All right, did you do your tallying, Ben?
Okay.
How many yays, how many nays, and how many abstentions?
See, Rhoda, you've got this too, right?
Yes, that's why I was trying to interrupt Madam Chair for, is to give her the results. The results that I have are 12 yes, 5 no, and 7 abstain. I'll repeat that. The results that I have are 12 yes, 5 no's, 7 abstentions. That's what I have. I was trying to give Madam Chair the results when I interrupted. I'm sorry.
Point of order, Ben.
Yes.
You need to announce your result. What's the final determination? Does the motion carry or fail?
Well, hold on 1 second. I'm counting mine just to make sure they sync up with what Rhoda has. 1 second. Okay, so Rhoda, tell me again what your count was. You said 12 yeses.
Sure.
Right?
Yes, I have 12 yeses, 5 no. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 no's, and 7 abstentions.
Okay. My count
Rhoda,
was,
can you repeat that? Excuse me, point of order. Rhoda, can you repeat that? It didn't come through real clear. Repeat it one more time.
Sure. I had 12 yes.
Okay.
I had 5 no's.
Okay.
And 7 abstentions.
All right.
You want me to tell you who they are?
No, Ben.
no, but yeah, so yeah, that means, all right, so the 12 yeses, 5 no's, and 7 abstentions, yes.
Waiting on you. Waiting on you.
Yep, so
Waiting on you.
the motion passes.
Okay, so the motion carries.
Yep, motion carries, yes.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, really quick, Atlanta Beltline draft sub 9 and 10. I will say it's easy to point the finger and say how bad things are going when you're not in the hot seat. So just please be patient and bear with us because this does take a group effort. Thank you. Beltline, please.
Sure. Could everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, good evening. My name is Lynette Reed. I'm with the Atlanta Beltline. It's a pleasure to be here with you this evening. I recognize some of the faces and names. Just want to give you an update. I'll actually be back next month and in September as well. But I wanted to make you aware that many of you participated in the update to the Sub-Area 9 and Sub-Area 10 master plan. The original plan was created 10 years ago. Last year in 2019, we wrapped up the engagement and we've spent the last several months working on several communities And we've taken the community through the recommendations. And so what were some of the recommendations in a sub-area plan? Well, one, they look at land use. What are suitable uses for particular parcels? It addresses open space. We look at historic preservation, art. We look at in these renditions of the plans, we're addressing affordability and identifying other ways to increase affordability so that people aren't involuntarily displaced. And so we've went through those recommendations last year. Where we are now is the actual plan is put together for review. And I'm here today, one, to make you aware of that, to share that information via your chat so that you can look at that information, but then also to come back and either talk with your zoning or your executive board to walk through that as well. It'll be coming before you soon, I think next month, but you don't necessarily have to vote on it next month because we don't have, it doesn't go until the CDP hearing until the end of September. So we definitely have 2 months on it with you to address any questions. And so for context sake, where is Sub-Area 10? Sub-Area 10 northern boundary is the southern side of Donnelly-Hallowell. The eastern border, and I can share my screen, but I know for the sake of time, I'll just kind of give you the overview. The eastern boundary is Joseph E. Lowry. The western boundary is Chappelle Street down to I-20. Most of that is Grove Park, a little bit of Westlake, Hunter Hills, Ashview Heights. The sub-area 9 boundary is north of Donnelly-Hallowell up to West Marietta Street. And the northern boundary is Northside Drive, and the western boundary is Johnson Road. And so want to kind of give you the overview. I'll be reaching out, I know, Kiona, to talk to your exec board or your zoning committee. I will say that there are no zoning recommendations or changes as a part of this plan. The request is for the plan to be adopted for information. A lot has changed in 10 years. We want to make sure that the plan reflects what we heard from the community, going in a direction that is inclusive and equitable, and making sure that we've captured as it relates to a land use. Now, I do want to say we don't address land use across the board. We only address land use within the tax allocation districts, and that's typically non-single family areas. So once you look at the plan and we talk with your exec board committee or the various committees that are in our planning boundary, we can go through that a little bit more specifically. So that's the overview. I'm happy to entertain any questions. I'll put the link to where the full plan lives. I know we've shared with the chairperson a fact sheet to kind of help you navigate, what exactly, is the plan, what did it all entail, and I'll include my phone number in that. If you have any questions, I'm happy to address them.
All right, any questions for Ms. Reed? And she put her connection information in the chat. Thank you very much, Ms. Reed. Hate to feel like we were rushing you, but we have one more report to do.
Totally
Ms. Ford, please. Okay, thank you for being patient.
Good evening. Thank you all for having me. My name is Tasha Ford. I'm outreach and recruitment for the Construction Education Foundation of Georgia, and we are the co-founders of the Construction Ready program. That's what we're talking about today. So Construction Ready is I know we're not able to share my screen, right? Well, I can just go through it.
No, I can give you percentage rights.
Okay.
Real quick.
Yeah. I'll run through real.
There you go. All right, you should be able to share your screen now. Go ahead.
Excuse me, Madam President, this is Ashley. How long did you request to extend the meeting, because it's 9:14?
I did 45 minutes.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. Okay.
Just so we wouldn't have to go do the back and forth. So go ahead real quick.
Okay. All right. So the Construction Ready, it's a 4-week boot camp style construction and skilled trades career training program. It is free. And the classes are from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And we are actually in the classrooms right now. We are practicing all the protocols to keep everyone safe, but there are still, construction is essential, is still in high demand. So we have 4 training facilities across Metro Atlanta, And we want to make sure that that you all understand that construction is not just a job or is a career. So in the skilled trades, there are many different opportunities available. Here's a quick rundown of some of them. I won't go over them, but construction also includes electricians, everybody that you see on the side of the roads, everybody you see in your homes and all those. Our training facilities, we have 2 in the city of Atlanta. We have 2 in East Point and 1 in Marietta. The counties that we serve, so you are eligible to participate for free if you live in Cherokee, Gwinnett, Cobb, DeKalb, Rockdale, Henry, Clayton, Fayette, Fulton, and Douglas counties. So the eligibility requirements, it is a WIOA funded program. You have to pass a literacy test, a criminal background check. We are background friendly. The only 2 exclusions would be methamphetamine drug charges and sexual offenses of any kind. Those are the 2 exclusions. We're a 100% drug-free program. You have to be 18 years of age and out of high school or older. There's no age limit. Be physically fit and able to lift 50 pounds. The credentials that you earn are nationally accredited, so you can take them anywhere in the country and they are valid. With the curriculum was designed by the industry for the industry so the individual will be successful. So it includes the academic portion of the curriculum as well as the professional development and personal development. So that includes the career coaching and helping with resumes and job searches. So within the 20 days of the program, in the 4 weeks, we have a hiring fair where we invite contractors to come in and interview our trainees and make immediate offers. The requirements for our contractors that they all have full-time open positions. So to date, we graduated over 1,100 students since 2014, and we have placed over 1,000 people into full-time careers. Disqualification, of course, if anyone fails a drug test, that would disqualify them from participating in the program. We have a point system, which is our code of conduct, and that is designed to sort of break bad habits and replace them with good habits to ensure that that person is going to be successful on the job site. All this training is hands-on, is academic and hands-on, so they have to do a number of different projects so they can demonstrate that they understand what they've learned from the instructor. There are different steps to get into the program. Number 1 would be being approved by WIOA for the funding. We are one of the many training providers that WIOA, the WorkSource Georgia, provides funding for. And we only serve the 10 counties that I mentioned, plus the city of Atlanta for WIOA. And the individuals have to first attend an information session, which is a longer extended version of this presentation. That's the first step. They can sign up on constructionready.us if they're interested, and they have to complete every single step before they're considered. It's a highly selective program. It is a very intense program because we are covering about 6 months of information. We're condensing it into 4 weeks. And it's my contact information, and I'll also put it in the chat. I'm trying to do that.
All right, thank you very much. Can I, the information that you sent to me, I'll email it to the community leaders, which is this PowerPoint, and they'll get it out to our residents.
They can, let me put this in here. Try to do, okay. Yeah, so we have the requirement is that, like I said, they have to go to constructionready.us if anybody is interested. If anybody individually wants to speak with me, I would rather not send the presentation out because I don't want any information to be misinterpreted as it's sent out.
Okay.
Yeah, we just kind of want to control information. You can send out the flyer. They are attached to the initial email.
Okay, okay. I want.
Yep, thank you.
All righty. All right, thank you very much, Ms. I appreciate your time and your patience.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, there is no old business, new business. I'll yield the floor to our parliamentarian, Mr. Virgil Penny.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm not going to take your time long. There is a resolution that we need to do a first read for. Let me start off by reading it. It's a pretty long one, so bear with me a little. Resolution to amend the 2020 NPU-J bylaws meeting requirements in Article 5, meaning Section 1. Whereas the name of the organization shall be Neighborhood Planning Unit J, and herein may be interchangeably referred to as NPU-J, NPU, Neighborhood Planning Unit or Neighborhood Planning Unit J. Whereas these bylaws are to serve, organize, and define the authority and responsibility of NPU-J, the Neighborhood Planning Unit may recommend an action, policy, or comprehensive plan to the City Council or to any city agency on any matter affecting the livability of the neighborhood, including but not limited to land use, zoning, housing, community facilities, human resources, social and recreational programs, traffic and transportation, environmental quality, open space, and parks. Assist city agencies in determining priority needs for the neighborhood, review items for inclusion in the city budget, and make recommendations relating to the budget items for our neighborhood improvement, and advise the Office of Planning on the preparation of the 15, 5, and 1-year comprehensive development plans. Whereas on March the 2nd, 2020, Governor Brian Kemp, Georgia Department of Public Health Commissioner Kathleen Toomey, MD, and state officials confirmed Georgia's first cases of coronavirus disease 2019. According to DPH, the Georgia Department of Public Health is closely monitoring an outbreak of respiratory illness caused by a novel coronavirus first identified in Wuhan, Hubei province, China in December 2019. DPH also began regularly coordinating with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The outbreak continues to grow in China, and cases have been identified in a growing number of other international locations, including the United States, have been identified in a growing number of other international locations, including the United States. This is now community spread in order in other countries outside of China. There are ongoing investigations to learn more about the virus and how it's transmitted and how to prevent the spread of the disease. Whereas on March 3rd, 2020, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms made public the city's ongoing preparations to any potential health threats posed by coronavirus 2019. Whereas on March 16th, Mayor Bottoms issued an executive order declaring a state of emergency to the COVID-19 pandemic, and that public assemblages, events, and gatherings of 250 or more persons be prohibited within the city and territorial limits of the city of Atlanta until March 31st, 2020. Whereas updated on March 16th, Mayor Bottoms issued an updated executive order prohibiting public gatherings and events of 50 or more persons within the city of Atlanta until March 31st, 2020. The new executive order follows the latest Center for Disease Control and Prevention guidelines. Whereas March 18th, Mayor Bottoms closed City Hall to essential and non-essential employees. Whereas March 19th, Mayor Bottoms issued 2 executive orders to slow the spread of COVID-19. The first action orders the closure of all bars and clubs that do not serve food, gyms and fitness centers, movie theaters, live performance venues, bowling alleys and arcades, and private social clubs located within the territorial jurisdictional limits of the city of Atlanta. However, restaurants and other eating and drinking establishments where food is served may continue preparing and offering food to customers via delivery service, drive-through, or takeout. The second action suspends the booting and towing of vehicles in the city right-of-way in an effort to assist restaurants and other eating establishments to continue to operate and allow delivery service workers to maintain and manage their operations in what is anticipated to be an increase in food delivery services. Whereas March 23rd, Mayor Bottoms issued an executive order instituting a temporary order for those individuals within the territorial jurisdiction limits of the City of Atlanta to stay in their place of residence in response to the rising number of COVID-19 infections. Whereas March 24th, Mayor Bottoms issued an executive order postponing all meetings of City of Atlanta boards, authorities, commissions, committees, or similar bodies which are scheduled to occur in City Hall or other city facilities. Whereas on June 15th, 2020, Mayor Bottom issued Executive Order 2020-103, which primarily states ordering the implementation of a process by which City of Atlanta boards, authorities, commissions, committees, or other similar bodies subject to Section 3-401 of the City of Atlanta Charter may begin remote meeting in accordance with the Georgia Open Meetings Act and other legal requirements following an objective assessment conducted by the Department of Atlanta Information Management and Department of Law for each, this is an acronym for the city, BACE, I guess it's BASE, to determine whether the city has the ability for it to meet remotely during the time City Hall and other city facilities remain closed to the public without the necessary, I'm sorry, this is real small, necessity of any further legislative or executive action. Now, therefore, Neighborhood Planning Unit J hereby amends the 2020 NPU-J bylaws as follows. Article 5, meaning Section 1, NPU-J shall meet no less than 10 months per year in regular sessions, with the exception of acts of nature or otherwise stated emergencies as determined by the United States of America, the state of Georgia, Fulton County, or City of Atlanta, which will result in no less than 6 per year in regular sessions on the 4th Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m. All meetings shall begin at 7 p.m. and end by 9 p.m. unless noted and voted upon by the NPU body to extend the meeting. The meeting date
Excuse me,
change.
Madam President. Excuse me, Madam President.
Is that a point of order?
Yes, a point of order. I have an inquiry. Okay. I'm sorry. Has these items that you're reviewing been voted on by the bylaws committee?
No, he's not done yet. Let him finish. Let him finish. He has to finish first. Needs to finish reading, and then we'll make the determination. Finish.
No, I'm asking.
Oh no, they haven't. No, let him finish, and then you'll understand. Let the process unfold. Go ahead, Virgil, and finish.
Okay, the meeting date and time may be changed by the body at a regular constituted meeting. Committees shall meet upon the call of the committee chairman. No meeting will be scheduled for the month of November, and the last general body meeting will be scheduled for the 2nd Tuesday of December. Okay, that was my first read. There is a motion to refer to the bylaws committee for review prior to the August 25th general body meeting for consideration. There's a motion on the floor, Madam Chair.
Can you repeat that motion, please? I'm just saying.
Motion to refer to the bylaws committee for review prior to the August 25th, 2020 general body meeting.
Okay, it's a motion on the floor. Can someone second, please?
I second. Dixon, here's our second.
There's no discussion or debate at this time. The motion will carry.
There's a point of order. I'm sorry.
Okay,
you can still have discussion on debate on why we're referring this to the bylaw committee, but typically it's a formality. So this is a resolution that's being composed generally, which will be submitted to the bylaws committee for them to review and make a determination on how to fix or correct this portion of our bylaws.
Okay, and I figured that since you referred it to the committee that it could be resolved or debated or amended or spoken on in that the committee.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is where this resolution will be debated. And
Okay.
there will be there also will be a debate in the full general body meeting, but it will be only after the consideration of the bylaws committee. This is how we get it to them for them to work on it.
Okay, thank you. Ashley, did that answer your question?
Yes, Madam President, it did. Thank you for clarity.
Okay. All righty, the next item on the agenda is,
I'm sorry, point of order. Maybe I missed this. There was a proper motion and a proper second. Was there a vote?
It was done by unanimous consent. I said there's
Okay, so
debate.
no objection. No one objected.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure that we're clear.
This particular resolution being sent to committee, the
Okay.
bylaws committee, to open,
perfect.
discuss, debate, amend. Leah?
Okay.
No, Leah
Okay,
has
so-
go ahead. Leah first and then Virgil.
I would like to make a motion, and if it is seconded, I would propose that it be passed by unanimous consent. I would like to make a motion that any future amendments to the bylaws committee be sent via email to the bylaws chair. I'm sorry, I meant to say any future amendments to the bylaws be sent directly to the bylaws chair in the interest of time, so that we don't have to take time to read 2-page long resolutions during the meeting. We can just email them to the bylaws committee and have them complete whatever process has been outlined by that committee. That is my motion.
I second that.
Okay, if there's no debate, that motion can carry by unanimous consent.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. All right, motion carries. Now, are there any announcements? You get 1 minute to do an announcement, because I don't want to exclude the neighborhoods, because we did the last time. Neighborhoods did not get a chance to speak, and I don't, like that. So each neighborhood, really quick, 1 minute. We'll start with Center Hill.
I don't have anything necessarily to report from Center Hill other than the Friends of the Park. We had a Zoom meeting workshop, the grant workshop. We're doing 10 yard signs promoting the NPU. And we wanted to ask people in the residents of Center Hill who wants a yard sign. We also have t-shirts that are on the way from Center Hill. And also I want to encourage everybody to visit our website at centerhillatl.com. And our next meeting is next Thursday.
All right, thank you very much. Dixie Hills.
Good evening, everyone. Real quick, Dixie Hills, we need the NPU support. We have a 20-year-old MOU that's actually handicapping our park, Anderson Park, that has been signed between the City of Atlanta and PALS, which is the Police Athletic League. It put the management of the park into the hands of PALS and is no longer belonging or managed by the neighborhood properly. We're making arrangements to remedy this situation, and we will need the NPU support in regaining control of our park as well as city funding for the park. Thank you for your time. You have a great evening.
All right, thank you very much. Grove Park.
Hey, y'all. I'll make it quick and keep it under 60 seconds. I jotted down a quick list. Bam. Shout out to Center Hill for that amazing pop-up drive-in movie theater event. It was awesome. I was very glad to see so much support from all over the NPU. Our GP&A monthly general body meeting is 2 weeks from tonight on Tuesday, August 4th, and every first Tuesday at 7 o'clock, we will meet remotely. You can follow us on Facebook at Grove Park Neighborhood Association for the meeting link and any other information. If you see those GPYC flyers, Georgia Peach Youth Club, you may have seen us post about it on Facebook. Please tear those flyers down wherever you see them. That is not a legitimate organization, and they are targeting our children under the farce of providing summer job opportunities. It is not a legitimate organization, and we have cause for concern. That is all I will say in this recorded meeting. But if you see those signs, please take them down. Grove Park is pleased to welcome Mina's Farm. You know that we all live in a food desert over here. We now have access to fresh food, locally grown, Black-owned, organic vegetables, fruit, and the like every Tuesday at 1562 Donnelly Hollowell. And of course, the fresh Marta Market, fresh, I forget what it's called, but Marta at the Bankhead Station also has fresh groceries every Wednesday. Please, please, please support Mina's Farm on Tuesdays and get all your fresh produce there, and support the Marta Market at Bankhead Station on Wednesdays to get your fresh produce there. If we don't support these offerings to the community, we won't have them. And this is the only fresh food that we have in the neighborhood. So please, please support every Tuesday and every Wednesday. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's try to keep it under 1 minute. Penelope Neighbors. Real quick, Penelope Neighbors. Going once, going twice. Harvell Homes. Harvell Homes. Okay. Urban Pine. No, I'm sorry, Westlake. The Westlake community. Westlake. Going once, going twice. And Urban Villa Pine Acres. Urban Villa Pine Acres. All right. Thank you, everyone. The meeting, I want to stay within, good. We got it at 9:37, which wasn't too bad. We'll see you next month. Wear your mask, practice social distancing, and hey, get some sleep. Love you guys. Mwah. Good night. See you.
Good night, neighbors. Love y'all.